play. You are live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bum, bum.
And welcome to the greatest storytelling podcast that's ever been in existence in the world, in the fucking universe. Welcome to StoryForge. 2 authors, 1 mic. Epic stories are going to be told.
There's technically 2 mics, but go ahead.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You don't kill my flow. You know what I fucking mean. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are again with you today. Feels like we back, like we never fucking left. It is a glorious day today in sunny old England. How are we doing, Gabe?
I am phenomenal. It is a wonderfully beautiful day in overcast thunderstorm, Florida.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think you can hear the lightning behind me, but you know.
No. It adds to the ambiance of the storytelling vibe.
It does, and it cools the world down by about 50 degrees. Like it was about 90 to 100, most of the time. And now with the weather, you're like, oh, it's nice, 75. It's beautiful. Beautiful.
It was only, I'm trying to do the maths, I think about maybe 50, 60 here. So
it's always so cold in your world, man.
I know, brother. I know. But I'm still, as always today, rocking the kimono. As always, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the StoryForge podcast. How are you doing today? How's life treating you?
Treating me?
Yes, how's life treating you? How's the book going?
Bro, I've been waiting.
It might be done.
Can't you hear me? I'm like, hey, let me cut you off. I'm done, man. I hit the end today, so it's nice. It's woo. Mercenary reincarnated as a chef, book 3.
Congrats, congrats.
Super excited, dude.
Big news for anyone who is an author or a reader or a wannabe author. Nothing better than type in the end. I'm not gonna lie, as time goes on, the grandiose of it gets less and less. That first time, like you losing your virginity, is always the best. You'll always remember that moment. And then it just gets, I won't say mundane, it's always a nice feeling, but it just, ladies and gentlemen, we're both double digits in books.
It's funny, I know we're just shooting the shit here, so yeah. I'm sorry to interrupt the flow, but there's this thing Joe Rogan says, and he's like, I bought this big house, and then I got inside of it, and I was like, oh yeah, it's just a house.
Just a house.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, everyone always asks us, how do you write books? Where does the ideas come?
Yeah,
it's just a book. It's just once you get rid of the mysticism and the I had the vision and it can't. It's just a book. It's just you sit down every day, you type. It's just a book.
Once you get past the hard work part of it,
everybody
gives up on the things as soon as they realize the hard work part of it. There's like, hey, how do I do this? Oh, hard work. How do you really do it?
That's life. That's life. That's So for those who don't know, I also teach Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, MMA, and I've got a gym. And funny that Gabe says that a lot of people, they stick for the first maybe year or 2, and they look around and it's like, so I haven't got magic powers. I will peace out. When they find like, I've been doing this for 13 years, injuries and grinding, and you just show up. Sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail.
Yeah,
that's fucking life. That is life.
It's the grind, bro. The grind.
The grind.
What's going on with you, man?
I want to say I fucked up. I didn't fuck up. I'm just getting old. I woke up today at like 4:30. I was like, right, 5 o'clock. I'm gonna start my very first stream online.
Yeah.
First book, Destroyer of Gods, book 3.
Bang bang.
Old man shit. It took me 2 hours to connect the interwebs. Then it was time to get ready for work. So I've sorted it. Tomorrow's gonna be my first stream. It's gonna be weird because I'm not used to someone watching over the shoulder. But yeah, it'd be cool. It'd be cool.
That's
I'm
cool.
To that.
Because that's right, man. I forget sometimes that you have like your regular full-time job you have to go to every day, right?
I know. It sucks. It fucking sucks. Yeah.
But you grind that out. You go to work and then you write still. You go right before, you get after. How does that work, man? It's been a minute for me.
Fucking tough, man. I'm just thinking of fucking tough. You write wherever you can get the moment. Sometimes I write on my phone. Like I've got word on my phone. I just write or dictate or just wherever you can get the words. Just get the words in. Like if you're trying to lose weight and wherever you can do, you do like squats or press ups or everywhere, you lose weight. So just it's just trying to chop that tree down. But it's I'm looking forward to it. It'll be my final. I'd say I don't think it'll be the final book in that series, but we'll see how the series goes. I'm hoping for big things. It's one of the best series I've ever written. And that's not even blowing. Like people say I shouldn't do this, but I'm very honest. If for some reason I've written a book and it isn't quite where I want it to go, I'll be honest with my readers and say, I tried my best. It just wasn't whatever it was meant to be.
Right.
But this one was, this one was good.
Dude, I'm excited. I can't wait to read it. And that's just not me being like your friend and shit like that, you know?
Thank you. I can't wait to yours, actually, to be fair. Yeah.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Thank you. All right.
To be fair.
All right, enough bullshitting. Let's get into why people are here. All
right, let's do it. Let me turn this music back on. Boom.
Do you want me to recap or do you want me to recap?
How about we do a quick we'll do a back and forth recap so we both get our juices flowing. We'll do a quick I'll do a quick hey, this is what we're doing. This is what we do here at StoryForge podcast.
No worries.
Okay, and then we get going.
Okay.
All right. So as my friend and contemporary Dominique Mondesir has said, this is a StoryForge podcast, and we create stories off the top of our head. We make it up on the fly as we go. With very, very minimal pre-planning. Think, what's that stuff called with those nerds in Chicago? Boom Chicago.
No idea.
Comedy. It's
improv.
Yeah, it's like improv for writing. So we're storytelling improv, but not quite as nerdy as improv, but not quite as cool as like a rap battle. But somewhere between. Exactly. You know. But yeah, this is I think it's the only story podcast in the world like this. Honestly, I know you said that before, but
no, it's true. I've even asked ChatGPT and nothing has come up. We're the first ones.
Bro, it's so hard too, man. It's not. People would think it's easy.
It's not. Like but, dude, there's times where I'm looking at you, I'm like, and you're looking at me like,
like where am I going with this, dude? And then I just go, dick. Okay. So enough blowing smoke for how great and amazing we are. But let me give a little recap and we'll get started. How's that, sir?
Go ahead, my friend. Go ahead.
All right. So StoryForge. Here we go. StoryForge podcast, episode 5. Last time on StoryForge podcast, we were introduced to our main characters, Ryan Sinclair, an aging veteran underground prize fighter, and John Johnsonson, a 30-something-year-old physical therapist / underground fight nurse, who is also Ryan Sinclair's only friend, and vice versa. On the way to the Underground Championships, an earthquake happens, and both men rush out of the arena, with Ryan Sinclair basically dragging John Johnstonson out. And when they exit from the underground fighting arena, they appear in some new world that's not London where they were. When they arrive, they are immediately attacked by a group of ravenous, raging, rampaging, raping the women and killing the horses, orcs and goblin shamans, and they attack them.
They weren't Mexican. They were not Mexican.
Hey, boss, the plane.
They were just.
Hey, look, they're humans. The humans.
We're gonna have Mexican orcs. We're gonna have Mexican orcs.
Bro, you don't even have Mexicans in England.
We don't. We are gonna have Mexican orcs. But
I like it when a British guy goes, "Can I have a taco?"
Taco.
Taco.
They were just normal fantasy bullshit orcs, ladies and gentlemen. But we probably will have Mexican orcs in the future. I love some Mexican orcs.
So all these Guadalajaran refugee orcs and orc shaman goblins immediately attacked Ryan Sinclair and John Johnston. And Ryan Sinclair, acting as he does on impulse, rushed into the fray, jacking up some of these green skin having hombres. Bad hombres. And during that, he finds out that he has been magically changed into his night. I'm listening to this music, man. It's just like intense. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
So, magically changed back into his 19-year-old self, and he has this ability where he has regenerative healing powers. He beats the shit out of all these orcs and shamans, and John Johnston goes to help and realizes through a series of events that if he dances and sings, he can shoot magic out of his fingertips and dazzling light out of his skin.
Fuck it. John can dance and sing. I think you said Ryan. So Ryan heals.
I meant John. Sorry.
Ryan heals, and John, aka Sam the Man, sings.
John or Ryan regenerates, self heals.
Ryan self heals.
Yeah. And John Johnston, aka Sam the Man, which is who he calls himself, dances and sings,
and he's got magic, flary, glittery magic.
Right.
I'll take it. Then we meet a couple of white guys on horses. Nothing happens. We move on. We flow. They
send us to the closest town, which is actually a hovel.
We meet a hairy man named Kurt with lots of ugly little women.
The head of the town's named Kurt, who's in like the big village, and all the other people there are women who he's banging.
Yep, and he beats Ryan Sinclair almost to death with a massive dildo.
Yes.
Then
John Johnston, Sam the Man, dances and sings and shoots a big fireball at Kurt, but hits Ryan, burning his skin off. But then he's attacked by getting stabbed in the butt by a bunch of the women. And then Ryan gets up, heals, kicks everybody's ass, finds out that he has to go to a town.
The witch doctor. Some witch doctor. That's where we learn about the gods and everything else. What I will say, ladies and gentlemen, is as these series get longer, we might just say, listen to the previous episode.
I was thinking, what I do in my
go on.
What I do in my stream is every Friday I give like a recap. I'm like, okay, on Fridays I give like a recap of books 1, 2, and where I am in 3 or how far I've gone. If you want to know what happened, watch the recap.
Yes, that might be. We might have to do a mini like recap episode.
It's kind of fun though going through it because then we can remember because we're not going to remember what happened if we don't.
Episode 50. I know.
Hey, remember that one time you got smacked in the face with that big giant black dildo and they were stabbing John Johnston in the butt with knives over and over again until he started dancing like a.
If none of this makes sense, ladies and gentlemen, go watch the previous episodes. Trust me. As we get more. God, what's it?
Okay, so let me go for it real quick.
You go.
Okay, so it gets John Johnston. We're going to refer to him the Sam the Man from now on. And Ryan Sinclair get guided, sent towards this witch. On the way to the witch, Sam the Man goes unconscious, starts glowing. They get to the witch's house. He's left outside in the porch in a fetal position, glowing, floating in the air. Ryan goes inside with the witch. The witch tells him that she is Gaia, the Earth. They've been summoned here, and they are there to fight the Nothing. They don't know what the Nothing is. It's the Nothing. Ryan comes out of the house. Sam the Man stops floating. He learns his god, Loki, tells him basically the same thing, and they both are told they have to go find this monk. And they go on this trip to find the monk. They get to the woods. Then they're chased by these big monsters. And the man turns into a bird.
Flies.
Flies.
We are, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to get. There's no other words to say, but fucked by some Harry and the Hendersons type looking motherfuckers. AKA Bigfoot, Sasquatch. My companion, Sam the Man, is now a 7-year-old child. Can't do really shit for me. And
that's right.
And this is where the monk comes in. This is where we are now. So let me take it away. Go on, ready?
I almost forgot that he was a 7-year-old child. Shit.
7-year-old child. So,
all right, let's go.
Let's go. So,
okay, StoryForge podcast, episode 5.
As I lay on all fours, ass up, face down, I turned behind and saw Bigfoot and friends hustling towards me. No way. I had been in prison. I had dropped the soap, but I had never, not in a fucking million years, come close to feeling anyone's dingleberries near my nether regions.
Behind Ryan Sinclair, the only thing he could hear was chonga, 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 snoo, 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 chonga, snoo.
The reason why I was in prison was a tale for the day. But as I saw more and more of these hairy, ugly, disgusting beasts lumbering towards me, causing the dirt between my fingers to shake and bounce, I knew without a shadow of a doubt that I would have to do what I did back then when I was locked away for a crime I didn't commit. I would have to beat some ass. Getting up, leaping from my hands and feet, I turned and summoned all the strength, all the anger, all the anguish in my right fist, and allowed the nearest, ugliest leader to come towards me, ducked under his wild swing, and punched him right between the golden berries. A howl erupted from his quivering lips as his eyes crossed over. Holding onto his magnificent crown jewels, I twisted, pulling him towards me. The 12-foot beast lowered his head, and my own forehead leaned back and smashed him in the nose. He staggered back, but I wasn't done. Another left, another right, and I double-legged the big bastard and took him down. I could see others coming towards me, and I knew by then if I didn't show how vicious and how angry I could be, then it was all over. Climbing onto his front, I threw my first elbow but missed, as I was unprepared for how strong the bastard was, as he bench pressed me away like I was nothing but a little child.
I watched enraptured as Ryan jumped up from his child's pose, is what they called it in yoga, butt rape position is what they called it in jail, into the air, almost 5 feet. A leap so high, Jordan would have been impressed. Then flicked his legs out, spinning around like Ryu doing a Tatsumaki Senpen from Street Fighter, and proceeded to beat the shit out of the closest hairy, gorilla-looking monster motherfuckers. From behind me, I heard a shuffling noise and went to leap up and run, but a hand grabbed my shoulder. I tried to pull away as fast as I could, but then remembered I was a 7-year-old boy. Stop struggling. A voice, surprisingly reminiscent of the old man from Kung Fu, spoke from behind me. Somehow I was immediately calmed down and, forgetting all about Ryan and the horde of monsters surrounding him. I couldn't think of which word to use. Bigfoot surrounding him with their disgusting smells and giant cocks. I put all my attention to the owner of the voice. What brings you two here to this mountain? Well, sir, you may call me Paime. What accent is that? Portuguese? Whack! The bald-headed, white-bearded, kung fu mustache wearing blind man smacked me upside the head faster than I could see. I blinked and rubbed the area where his hand hit me, wondering how he could have hit me so fast with no eyes, or at least white, blind bulbs where his eyeballs should be. Sensei? I cringed back and ducked, waiting for another hit, and
I found myself flying through the air. I found myself flying through the air. Head spinning, ass flipping, head spinning, ass whack. My back shattered into something, knocking the wind from my lungs as a bit of spittle mixed with blood dribbled down my lips.
Sensei? I said when suddenly it felt like a freight train hit me from the back and I was launched dozens of yards away from my previous position into a large oak tree. And to top it off, whatever had hit me continued its journey into me and smashing me unconscious into the tree. The voice saying something like, "Thank God there was this cushion here," the last thing I heard before I blacked out.
I slowly slid down onto the ground and realized that my landing was a lot softer than it should be. Looking behind me, I saw poor Sam the man knocked unconscious by my body. Shit. I felt bad. Looking at him, looking down at the little shit, he actually looked quite helpless and cute. Gone was the 35-year-old loser who ran away from home to massage men down for money. Now Sam was nothing but a helpless child, reminding me of my own daughter back home. Fuck. Fuckity fuck. I wasn't sure we were going to get out of this. More of the hairy beast came charging towards me as the leader now had gotten up, one hand still holding his balls, the other hand pointed my way. Flicking my neck left to right, I saw what I could only be described as a generic Asian kung fu master perched on top of a tree. Sat in the lotus position, he stroked his beard, his wispy white beard, as he looked at me. "Yes, young man." I wasn't sure that I was seeing this correctly as I looked up and took a better look. "Are you speaking to me? You have deeper problems." He pointed ahead to the oncoming horde. "If don't know how to fight good, then behind is prize." Fuck. Not knowing what to do, I got back up, put Sam the man into recovery position, clicked my neck from side to side, rolled my shoulders, and charged headlong to the fuckers. "Come and get some, you cunts!"
The blackness slowly resolved itself, and I blinked my eyes open, looking around. I felt for a moment like I was running, but I knew I wasn't moving, and then I felt like I was jostling. Then, bring it on, you cunts! My eyes flicked open and realized I was somehow holding on to Ryan's back as he ran across the cliff, the field on the cliff top towards the remaining Bigfoot, not away like he should have been. What the fuck are you doing? I said. In my head, that's what it sounded like. What came out was, what the fuck are you doing?
Hold on, young Timmy.
Ryan answered me, then proceeded to increase his speed. I realized that I was holding on to his body by him having put my right and left arm around him like a seatbelt that he held onto with one hand. I was so small, his gigantic mitts were able to wrap around both my wrists and arms as if they were broom handles. With
sliding, taking Ryan along for a ride wasn't my first thought, or wasn't the best plan. Sam was the first thought, or wasn't the best plan. But I knew if I left the little shit behind, then he would be every pedophile's wet dream. So, latching him onto my back like a backpack, I ran headlong into danger. Fuck it. We came into this world together. We were going to leave together. If that was in body bags, then so be it. I slid into a baseball slide as the leader again charged me, claws looking to swipe a chunk of flesh out of my skin.
The dumbass forgot I was on his back and went into a baseball slide. You son of a... I screamed as he slid under the Bigfoot, and...
that was a lot more comfortable than I would have thought. Sliding between the Bigfoot leader's legs, a vision of testicles unshalong almost grazed my face before my right hand came up in an uppercut and again targeted the soft area.
Ryan stopped us right underneath the Bigfoot. His hands shot up like a rifle blast into the Bigfoot's gonads. But all I could see was the giant appendage pointed at me like a one-eyed sword of Damocles. Horsecock, I screamed, horsecock, I screamed, dodging my head from left to right as Ryan punched up like his hands were pulverizing a bag of dough. Horsecock!
I let my hands fly right, left, as the skin from my knuckles bled and reformed. I found that the harder I went, the faster I went. Normally my muscles should be filling up with lactic acid and the adrenaline and fatigue should be setting in. But as I kept on pushing, kept on pounding his meat and two veg, I realized that my healing ability also kept at bay fatigue. I was as fresh as a fucking daisy. I could do this all fucking day. These fuckers were in for a world of pain.
Somehow, as Ryan punched up the gonads of the giant Bigfoot, not only did he not stop punching and slow down, he got faster and faster, his screams getting louder and louder, until finally, with one giant strike, he hit so hard, both gigantic testicles exploded in a mass of disgusting blood and other worse things covering
Nut
both
juice.
of us. But that wasn't the end of it. As if nothing had happened, Ryan kept going, jumping out from underneath the Bigfoot before it fell on top of us, screaming at the rest of the horde and leaping forward, the blood and white, sticky stuff covering his head and chest. Thank God, I thought, that I was behind him and not in the front.
As my victim's testicles exploded like a water balloon bag. I emerged standing up, covered in what I can only say was nut juice and other things that I didn't want to think about. Wiping my face clean and flicking off a bit of skin on my brow, I looked at the others. They surrounded us in a semicircle. Hands still clenched. I let out a roar! I pounded my chest, daring the nether one to step forward. I saw fear and hesitation in the beast's face as I had taken down the biggest of them, their leader. Come on then, you cunts! Come on then! The tide was turning. Taking a step and then another and then another, I advanced. As each step I took, they took two back until I let out one final roar and fake charge, causing them to break rank and flee. Adrenaline still rushing through me. I pounded my chest and let out a roar.
I couldn't believe my eyes. Not only had Ryan hit a Bigfoot's nuts so hard they exploded, he stood up and roared so loudly he scared the rest away. I couldn't believe my eyes. What was going on? Then, as Ryan and I looked at each other, me, a 7-year-old boy, from his back over his shoulder, and him, a 19-year-old man, so close it looked like he was trying to kiss me, the pedophile, that old monk spoke out from behind us. Oh, I see you are not as weak as I thought you were. Come, follow me. I take it that old bitch of a witch sent you here? Without another word, the blind, bald, white-bearded monk turned and walked away, leaving a blood and semen-covered Ryan Sinclair and me, his 7-year-old backpack, staring at him, at a loss as of what to do. I patted Ryan on the shoulder and said, "Get him up. Giddy up, boy. Let's go."
One of these days, I will end you, you little shits. Slapping my backpack on the thigh. A little too hard. I followed after Mr. Miyagi into the forest. Now that we were not surrounded or in fear of being killed, eaten, or fucked in any of those orders, I took in the monk that we were following. He wore nothing but a simple brown robe, wizard sleeves dangling, bald head shining, bare feet and hands just swinging in the breeze. A faint scent of, was that jasmine or incense, wafted from him as he hummed a little tune. I noticed that wherever he stepped, he didn't disturb the ground. It was almost like he was walking on a cloud. It was mesmerizing to watch. The only thing that it reminded me of were of prize fighters, so adept at footwork that it looked like they were dancing. This monk just danced and gloated and floated around the scenery like he belonged. He passed the deer and stroked his head, startling it as he continued on. It was beautiful to behold. We kept on walking for what felt like an age until we came to a clearing with nothing but a fire pit in the middle, a hammock stretched against 2 trees, and some water jugs around. I looked at it in confusion. What's this? This, young man, is home. What? You live like some forest animal. His head snapped back at me, and before I could move, he was in front of me and a backhand slapped my head in place. Anger rose from the pit of my stomach, and I took a step back. putting Sam down, I raised my fist in the air. You touch me again, man, and I'm going to. Before I knew what was going on, I was up in the air, and a sensation I knew all too well as being thrown by a master, almost a master joker, put a smile on my face as I landed heavy on my back.
Ryan let my hands go, and I slid to the ground, giggling as I watched after the monk slapped Ryan so fast that the sound was like a gun going off. Then I watched, secretly enjoying the giant man get his ass kicked by the old monk. Somehow, with a blur of fists so quick, Ryan was 1 minute standing, pointing his finger at the old man and yelling at him, and the next, he was in the air, and then the third, and then after that, he was on the ground staring up at the old man who was, for some reason, standing over him with both legs and doing squats and giggling like a boy. "Ha ha ha, suck it," he said in a distinctly non-Asian accent. I came up with a few snappy retorts to say to the old monk, but the recent memory of his slap to my own 7-year-old face came back to me, and I held my tongue, taking a moment to look around the clearing that Ryan earlier had very negative things to say about. It wasn't actually that bad. It was a glade in the middle of the forest with a clear blue pond in the middle, a hammock that must have belonged to the monk, a campfire that was, considering this was a pretty rustic camp area, not too bad. There was a grill top with a pot for boiling water, and next to it, the campfire was a rudimentary setup with some ingredients for cooking, along with a dia that was already skinned and on a spit, prepared for roasting. I immediately took the initiative and walked over to the campfire as Ryan and Master Balls in Your Mouth did their dance, and decided to see if I could get the fire going and the deer roasting. I hadn't realized how hungry I was, and I was a 7-year-old boy. I couldn't imagine how hungry Ryan was.
I got back up to my feet as Sam examined the camp in more detail. I looked back at the monk and again looked back at his hovel and said the only thing that came to mind, this is a shithole. I do not camp. Camping is for peasants, homeless, and lefties.
Whack! You do not camp. You sleep on the ground. Ha ha ha! You sleep on the ground.
If that old bastard hit me one more time, I swear.
Whack!
To everything that is holy. Another slap in the face. Not a slap, a bitch slap. The disrespect. Calm thoughts, Ryan. Calm thoughts. Everything, and I mean everything, was stopping me from poisoning the fucker. Like that one-eyed chick in Kill Bill. Instead, I took a calming breath and tried to think of why I was here. To grow stronger, to get back to my daughter, to stop the nothingness. Okay, all right. I'll apologize. If there's one thing my father always taught me, is to always respect a man's home.
Whack!
Home. I said, turning the other cheek as one side of my face was beginning to burn.
Whack! You talk like little woman. I treat you like little woman. Whack! The monk said, and then turned to walk away from Ryan.
Having enough, I took off my shirt and walked up to the old man. Right hand clenched. I couldn't stop myself. The rage, the anger, throwing it again. I found myself in the air. Shit. How the fuck did he? 1 minute his back was turned to me. The next, I was just flying through the air. I landed again hard on my back with his foot, dirty, stinky, black, crusted foot across my throat. Oni coward attacks man behind back. Are you coward? I looked him in the eye and gritted my teeth. Take your stinking foot off my throat and let's find out. Okay. His foot lifted up, not before slapping me in the face. He took a step back and allowed me to stand up, gesturing in that universal master bullshit Bushido way that every master bullshit Bushido does. He gestured me in a come hither motion. Rolling my shoulders, rolling my neck, I tried to calm myself. I saw him as he was. An old man. Slow. Predictable. He wasn't anything that I couldn't deal with. I had fucking healing magic. What did this prick have? Rolling my shoulders, I took a fighting stance and came forward. Left jab, right jab, kick. They all didn't land. It was as if 1 minute he was there, the next minute he wasn't. As if he'd cut out a frame and he just appeared where he should be. I kept on striking, but nothing landed until I felt a slap on my ass and I turned around to him clicking his fingers and humming that same fucking tuneless tune that was just irritating me. What is wrong, Sonny? Can't hit? The rage wanted to take over, but I didn't let it. I came on again. I attacked, punches in bunches, trying everything I could do. In the end, I went for the only thing I knew was a double leg takedown, but again, he flipped over me, and I don't know how the fuck I did it, but his stinky foot slapped me across the arse, causing me to run headfirst into a log. Stars appeared in my vision as I wiped it out for a second. Dizzy on my feet before I felt a leg sweep my legs, and again I landed with a whack on my back. This was going to be a long fucking day.
When I arrived at the fire pit, I noticed that the coals were still going, so it only took me a moment to get the fire going, which, when the flames were burning merrily, I turned to the skinned deer and manhandled it over to the spit and on the fire, which, having done it so many times in my past life, shouldn't have been a problem. But as a 7-year-old boy, took a little bit more effort than I thought. But after a minute of rigorous wrestling with the bloody carcass, I had it roasting merrily on the fire. And just in time, because as the juices started to drip down its bloody sides, Ryan decided to entertain me by dancing with the master monk. I began to lay out bets in my head how many times Ryan would hit the monk, at least, before he got pummeled. I lost all of them, but it was a good loss, because as I slowly turned the venison roasting over the fire, I got to see the monk appear and disappear like a Dragon Ball Z character, slapping Ryan on the head and back and butt and side and poking him and laughing and calling him names as Ryan raged and spun and twisted, screaming like a 7-year-old boy. The best part was the reappearance of the punch that knocked Ryan up into the air and subsequently back to the ground like a man falling from the sky.
I landed heavy. I landed heavy.
Wait. And just as he landed, somehow I knew the deer had finished cooking. It had only been 5 minutes maybe, but I knew it was done. So I called out, "Food's ready."
I landed heavy on my back, feeling something had broken, but it mattered not. In this body, I could take punishment and keep on fucking going. I got back up to my feet as the shit-eating grinning monk stroked his wispy beard. Leaves blew behind him as the scent of his incense tickled my nose. "You know why can't touch me?" he said. "Magic kung fu bullshit," I said, now fed up and hungry as the smell of the cooking venison tickled my nose. "No."
Exactly. No, you fool.
No. You can't touch me because anger cloud vision. When anger cloud vision, you can't see. Like this. He darted towards me, and again, I got a slap in the face. "Will you stop fucking slapping me? This is teaching me nothing but you're faster than me. What is your name? We both need help. We're here from her, the mother, Gaia, Mother Nature. We need your help to fight the nothingness. Now, if this is a huge waste of our time, I can go back to her and tell her that you fucking didn't do your job, and then you will have to deal with her, because I'm guessing you take orders from her." The grin slowly slipped from the monk's face as he looked at me. With the first signs of anger I could see, I stroked my own chin and gave him a shit-eating grin in return. I said. "Anger cloud vision." He looked at me as the anger swelled up. Taking a step forward, I started to dance. Anger make all man angry. He came towards me. But this time, there was a difference. I knew where he was going. It was as if a cloud had been lifted from my vision. And before I knew what to do, I took a slight turn and allowed his punch to slip past me as I lifted up my hands and slapped him across the face. He stood stunned. I said. "Bitch slap don't feel good." He looked at me in shock and awe. He said, again stroking his chin. "Promise yet. Much promise. Come, let us eat. We have much to discuss."
I stared open-mouthed in shock as Ryan not only openly mocked the monk, but he slapped him across the face like a little bitch. Oh shit! Then, I immediately spun back around and started cutting slabs of cooked venison off the spit, putting them on the plates the monk had next to the fire. Handing one to first the monk and then Ryan as they came around. How did you slap that guy?
I don't know. 1 minute he was like the wind, and the next it was like I could see the outline of him, where he would be, where I needed to be. It was fucking magic, dude.
As Ryan and I had our private conversation, I kept one eye on the monk who had sat across from the fire in a lotus position, shoving handfuls of burning hot, grease-covered venison into his mouth like a slob who hadn't eaten ever. Grease and bits of meat and fat covered his beard and mustache and got all over his white robes as he ate. In seconds, his plate was empty and he just held it out. More. And I cut more venison off and gave it to him. The meal passed this way between the three of us, as both Ryan and I were just as hungry, and a comfortable, not quite companionable silence lasted for the next few minutes. After the three of us had finished eating, I got up to go down to the small pond to wash up. As I did so, I glanced at the monk and noticed that his grease and fat-covered mouth and clothes were once again pristine. Not a trace or speck of food or anything on them. Huh. Fucking magic, I said, shaking my head and walking down to the pond to wash up.
I sat across from the monk and asked him the only question that mattered. What's your name? He looked at me as if I was a fool. Monk. I rolled my fucking eyes. Monk. Really? Monk?
The monk.
I need no name. Name is label. Thing put on you. Society. Parents. Boss. All labels. All mean nothing. I am monk. And after that, I might be painter. I might be dancer. I might be anything. I am now just monk. Taking a big breath, which felt like the millionth one this time, I stopped myself rolling my eyes and nodded. Fine. Okay. Enough of the Russell Brand woo-woo bullshit. If you're just the monk, please tell me what I need to do to become all that I can be to defeat the nothingness. The monk scratched his chin. What know of nothingness? I shrugged. The only thing I know is the nothingness. I don't know what it is, who it is. I don't know what even it looks like. All I know is that they're gods. We are not from this world. And we were chosen to fight the nothingness. Where there's many battles ahead. And right now, me and Sam, who for some reason chose a 7-year-old child to help me in this journey, are meant to battle and defeat this nothingness. So if you could help us defeat and save your life as well as everyone's in the universe, we'd be happy. The monk just shrugged. What I care if I become nothingness? I nothingness anyway. I care, I said, again, swallowing the anger. I've got a child at home and a less than favorable ex-wife, but if she dies, then my daughter has no one to look after her. So, I need any help I can get. The monk nodded slowly. So, you heal? I nodded. And you fighter? I nodded again. So, what do you think you need to be all you can be? I threw my hands up in the air. I hated these sort of fucking questions. Can I just get a good, honest answer? I said. anything at all. I just need an answer. Some training footage. Do I lift some weights? Do I run up the fucking mountain with a bucket of ice? What do I need to do? You, my boy, need to fight demon within. Oni, you, my boy, need to fight demon within. There are two inside you fighting for dominance. Once they become whole, you will be strong enough. And how do I do that? I asked. By training. There'll be much training, much pain. It all starts now. What do? I asked. He pointed to the top of the mountain, the very top. I looked at it with a sense of impending doom and dread. Up there. Make your way up there. Up there. Ripe, beautiful peach. Bring to me. Unblemished, unbruised, whole. And I will tell you all the secrets you need to know. Head in my hands, I looked at the journey I would have to take. It wouldn't be quick. It was gonna take a while. I don't think I can do this with Sam. Little boy has other path. Little boy has other journey. Other mentor, other master that will teach little boy.
I knelt down at the water's edge and rubbed the meat juices from my hands and wiped them from my face. Then sat back and took a few long, deep breaths and stared at the water. It had been nighttime when we arrived in the monk's glade, and it still was. Then, it was at that moment I noticed, from the reflection in the water of the moon and the stars in the sky, that they were the exact same as they had been when we arrived. Then, I remembered how fast the venison cooked, and things started to not add up. I grunted and got up to go tell Ryan, and as I turned around, I noticed him and the monk in deep conversation. I was about to yell at them, and I raised my hand when, before the words could leave my mouth, something grabbed me, spun me around, and faced me back into the water. I stared, transfixed, at myself, but it wasn't just me. It was grinning, but not in a good way. Its face was evil incarnate. His eyes squinted and burning. His teeth sharp and jagged, and his smile as crooked as any I'd ever seen before. And then he yanked me down into the water, but without a splash. And then, instead of covered in freezing wet like I thought I'd be, I disappeared into blackness. Down and down I went, dragged further to where I didn't know. The only sounds I could hear were my own, but not my voice, just laughter. Insane, childish laughter, echoing all around me, bouncing from every direction. Every which way I turned was the same, black nothingness. Just me, laughing, hideously, for what felt like eternity. And then, just as I thought I was going to lose my mind, light appeared. And I was back, but not at the pond with Ryan and the monk. I was somewhere else. It was the top of a mountain? I stared, looking around, not quite sure what had happened. I stood on top of water in a pond that was just like the one I had been kneeling next to before whatever happened. But now, I could tell by every breath I took, not getting enough oxygen, and the huge, puffy white clouds that seemed to surround me, along with the horizon that stretched in every direction, I was on top of a mountain. Fuck.
I looked around, confused. Sam? Sam? Sam! Nothing. I raced towards the river's edge, where he'd gone to wash the pots and pans in his grubby little hands. But there was nothing. Nothing at all. It was like he ceased to exist. Shit. Had he been abducted? Was he now some pedophile's wet dream? I looked and searched, walked 5 minutes up one trail, 5 minutes up the other, came back to the original spot. But again, he was nowhere to be found. If I had lost the little shit, if something had happened to him, for some reason I had a sense of guilt. Since I'd known him, I'd always been the one to look out for him, to stand up for him. Now he was gone and there was nothing. Fuck! Turning on my heels, I walked back towards the monk, who only grinned. Sam, where is he? Where is he? The monk only smiled and pointed to the top of the mountain. Oh, don't tell me. How? Magic, he said. Fucking magic. Oh, you wizard fucker. Is there anything else? Is there anything else I need? Any other help? Anything for this journey? Instead of like, even Luke Skywalker got some help from Yoda when he was in that fucking pond thing. I need some help.
The blind, white-bearded, mustached monk grinned at Ryan Sinclair as he spoke and ranted about the things he needed, his smile never leaving his face. But as Ryan wound down, staring silently at the monk, all he said was, "Magic.
I nodded my head, knowing without shadow of that I wasn't going to get a single thing out of him. Follow the path to the mountain. All will be made clear. You can turn back. Go back to where it's safe. But if you take this path, you forever be changed." Ugh. I knew what I had to do. I knew it. I didn't want to, but if I wanted to save Ryan, if I wanted to get stronger, if I wanted to, Sam, if I wanted to defeat the nothingness, then okay, I said, getting up. No time like the present. I only got a smile from the monk. Before I go, though, I said, I've got a question to ask you. What does the 5 fingers say to the face? I slapped that monk across the face with a slap that was worthy of every Dave Chappelle, every pimp, the ancestors left a mark on that monk's face before I turned tail and...
The monk stared in shock as Ryan slapped him, holding his face and looking at him. What was that for? I'm rich, bitch. The end. Bro. I thought the first time you said magic, that was like the best ending spot. I was like, oh, that's perfect. Let's stop there for the episode.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, okay.
That's I was like, oh, perfect.
Yeah.
But that was good. Like I was like trying to keep it like where I was like, oh, we're like an hour. That's good.
Okay.
Know? But no, that was
perfect.
That was great, bro. I was perfect. Very enjoyable, sir.
They're getting. It's easier. It's so fucking easier.
It's getting easier. It's getting
easier, folks. Yeah. This is, folks. I've got to tell you, any storytellers out there, the best be on watch. It's getting easier. It's smoother.
Bro, it's like going to the gym. It's like going to the gym, dog. Yeah.
Hope you lot enjoyed that. But there's a bit of world building to come, I believe, in the next couple of episodes. But I'm loving this. I am loving this. It feels like we've been doing this for fucking months. It's only 5 episodes in. Only 2 weeks?
Episode 5, yeah. Episode 5, man.
Have we been doing it for 2 weeks or less?
2 weeks. This is this is the third Tuesday, right? I think we did a Saturday, a Tuesday, a Saturday, a
Sunday.
No, we did a Tuesday, a Saturday, a Tuesday, a Sunday, and then it's a Tuesday.
Yeah. So. Sorry, folks, I'm tired. I'm yawning.
He's in jolly old England.
I'm jolly old England. It's about to come up, to 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
That was fucking banging. That was banging. Oh God.
I enjoyed that one. That was really well done. You want to go ahead and give your
before I do though, for anyone who will be offended by this, all jokes, my friends, all jokes. Like I say to all my friends, anyone can get it. Any ethnicity, any minority, we're all one. No matter the skin color, the race, just enjoy in the funniness and the stupidity that we are.
And as an American, I don't apologize.
I know.
Ever.
As a British person, we tend to apologize all the time. But
this is how it works, though. So you can do all the apologizing, and I'll be completely obstinate and rude. It'll work really good.
It work. All right. So as always, you can find me on all social media platforms. Dominique Mondesir, TikTok, Insta, Facebook. I'm now on fucking Twitch, bitch. Kick. I'm everywhere and anywhere. I'm lost. No, sorry. Echoes of a Lone Wolf is coming out maybe September, and then after that, Destroyers of a Gods for Aphon. Can't wait for that. That's a fucking banger. My first stream will be happening tomorrow, probably like 5 o'clock in the AM GMT time. I don't know wherever that is, wherever you are, but I'm planning to do a game and write all the time. So follow along. What have you got, my friend?
Oh man, same stuff. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Kick, Twitch, X. Though if you follow me on X, be prepared for some horrible things from coming out of my mouth. I say the most god awful things on X, and I enjoy the hell out of it. It's like therapy. But anyway, I have just finished Mercenary Reincarnated as a Chef Book 3 for Athon Books. That'll be coming out sometime in the fall, winter, I believe. Look for that. Mercenary Reincarnated as a Chef's Book 1, 2, and 3. Narrated by Ralph Lister, the narrator from Shogun, the famous Shogun series. I'm so excited, dude. That's so cool. All my books are on Amazon. I Am Gamer series, From Chef to Crafter to Conqueror, and a few others I have. Tragic Kingdom, White Soul. I have a book coming out October 15th. It'll be From Chef to Crafter to Conqueror, Book 6. And then after that, I'll be releasing a series called Warrior Academy. It's an old series that I've redone, and I'm super excited about it. All that before Christmas. And then the first book in Mercenary. And it's going to be an exciting year, man. Plus all the streaming. I stream every day from usually around 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm trying to get earlier, like 6 a.m. But just life gets in the way. Yeah. So follow me on Twitch, Kick, YouTube. I stream my writing. So if anybody has any questions about writing or wants to see somebody do it, or just hang out with somebody who just talks to themselves for about an hour and a half as they write, you're more than welcome. But man, that's about it for me.
Wow. It's a little bit shorter one. Sometimes I think we go over like an hour and a half. A little bit shorter one.
Do you want to do a long? Do you think we should do like an hour and a half or 2 hours each one? Or
no. I think like an hour is perfect because I think if we go longer, we tend to run out of steam at the long one.
Yeah, I think an hour is enough time before you can like. It's like a TV show.
Yeah. I was enough time. Enough time.
Yeah.
We're all good, folks. Again, follow us. Oh, like, subscribe, all that jazz. And share to everyone. Share.
Yeah, tell your friends, Clip.
Tell your friends.
Dude, if you I think Dom already said it. If you have a good idea for the name of the book that this is good story is going to be, let us know. You'll become a character. And then just, if you watch and, I don't know, we'll figure out ways you can like do stuff to help the podcast. And, you know, if you like buy one of our books and show us proof of purchase, we'll make you a character or something like that. I don't know. We'll figure some stuff out, you know, make it fun. Because it's fun. I mean, I have a blast doing it with you, man. Just making a story up out of the blue and dick and fart jokes, retard, gay jokes, black jokes, Asian jokes. Oh, hello, monk. Oh, it's good times, man.
Oh, Jesus. Apart from that, fuck. We're done. We're out. Right. Thank you, folks. Peace and love.
Thank you for watching the StoryForge podcast, episode 5. We will be back next Tuesday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Until then, adios. Gabriel Rathweg and
Dominique Mondesir.
And we are still sharing the podcast, but